Sovelia Plant's Property Manager makes the view of properties on components and lines easier to read. The Property Manager shows you properties in the order and filtrations you set it to. To open and view the Properties palettes, either click on Property Manager in Sovelia Plant tab, or right-click on an object, then go to Plant Express Tools and click on Properties palette. You can also have this set up so when you double-click on an object, the dialog will pop up. A common problem in Plant 3D and P&ID is when you add a new properties field on, for example, the process line group data. The field will be added to the bottom of the list. Look at this example where we add a new field to the database that was missing from our list. In this case, we are missing the field called test fluid, and therefore we need to add this to our line data. And as you can see, the test fluid field is now added to the bottom of the list, and there is no way to filter or change the order of these fields. Now we first take a look at the Plant 3D Standard Properties dialog under Process Line, where we now can find the test pressure at the top of the list and the test fluid at the bottom of the list. When you fill in the design data, this makes certain fields a lot harder to find when they are scrambled like this. This is where the Sovelia Properties palette comes in to streamline your workflow. Take a look at the properties of the same component. We can now see all the properties of the object grouped in tabs. The Component tab is where you find the selected component's unique data, like size and descriptions of the pipe segment. The Line tab is where you will have the process data for the entire line number grouped nicely in order of your liking. This will make your properties easier to overview and to edit. Now let me show you how to change the settings of this properties palette. Here we can, for example, see the design data group where we are missing our test fluid that we just added to the database. Let's go ahead and add this field to our properties. Open NVPET settings found under the Sovelia Commands dropdown and navigate to the Properties palette tab. We are now going to change the dialog for P3D, so therefore we first need to switch to the Plant 3D category. On the left we see all our available classes that we assign and pick our data to and from. In this case we added our new field to the P3D line group. But when we select an object in the 3D model, we are not selecting the line group itself, but instead we need to go to the class for the component we want to add the properties to. In this case, it is the pipe run component. And in the available properties, we select the tab for P3D line group to see all available data fields to use. Scrolling all the way to the bottom, we will see our test fluid field. On the right side you have the palette setup. This is where we now build up our own properties dialog. In Sovelia, we have you covered with the most commonly used properties already. So by selecting the tab called Line, we can now find the group for design data, where we will just drag and drop our test fluid into the correct position. Other options you have in here is to right-click on a field or group to remove them or add a new group. If a field is in the wrong position, just select it, drag and drop it to wherever you want it to be located. Now click OK and select the pipe component to view your new properties palette.